all of a sudden I look down and there's a text from the great Sean Brady saying, yo, give me Leon Edwards on the 22nd of March in London. And so I said, you know what, let's get Sean on the program to hear what's up with him and obviously talk to him about that massive win over Gilbert Burns. He's kind enough to join us right here and now. There he is. Hello, Sean. How are you?
Well, I'm good, brother. How are you? Thank you for having me on.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for watching the show yesterday.
Yeah.
So you're there watching us and you're like, these fucking guys don't know what they're talking about. It should be me against Leon Edwards.
I'm in the gym. It's after practice. I'm getting my lift in, and I'm listening to the show like I do. And yeah, I just think if you look at the rankings and you look at how everything's playing out and who's available, me and Leon make the most sense, you know?
Okay, and I love that. I love that you're throwing your name in the hat. I love that you want that fight, especially that would be you going to London, you going to essentially enemy territory, which would, I think, be a fun spot for you, right? You're not afraid of that.
No, yeah, and like if you look at it, and I think for me, historically, I would want to go somewhere and prove myself because my first loss did come while I was traveling to Belal, and I'm a completely different fighter now. So I just want to prove it to myself that I can go somewhere, go in someone's backyard, and win a fight, you know. And like so my wife's due in February. So March is like kind of soon, but to fight Leon, a number one contender in his home, and like you boys were saying yesterday, if I win that fight, I think I am in title contention. So it's worth the risk to go over there and fight Leon and beat him at home.
And I love the fact that you are rocking the dad sweatshirt. That's great.
Yeah.
Well done. And I hope that your wife is feeling great and the baby is great and everything goes supremely smoothly. That is most important. You have one of the best managers in the game, the great Lloyd Pearson. And so I'm wondering, have you guys reached out to the UFC and said, yo, we are interested. We want this.
Yeah. So Lloyd's doing, Lloyd's one of the best. I talk to him every day. I was literally just on the phone with him. He's probably tired of hearing from me, but yeah, he's pushing them, and they know that's what we want. If not, though, I would like to fight. I heard they're coming to Miami in April, so I would like to do that because realistically, March 22nd is my wife's due February 13th, so that's definitely kind of pushing it. But like I said, for the risk is worth the reward for fighting Leon. But if I don't get that, Miami in April would definitely be a little bit better.
Okay, and so all right, so let's say you get the Leon fight. I agree with your assessment. That's such a big deal, such a big opportunity. You beat the former champion. You're right there. Let's say the cookie doesn't crumble that way and they put you on that April card. Who does make sense for you in April?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the rankings, I know Jack was supposed to be fighting in February. I'm hearing, obviously, from you and other people that might not be happening. So if he needed more time, maybe April. Me and him were supposed to fight back in 2023. I had a staph infection, and then unfortunately for him, after he fought Gilbert, my man got a staph infection as well, and he's been out ever since. So that could be a fight that could be rebooked. I know people are saying Usman's name. I'm just a huge fan of Usman. I would like to test myself against him. So yeah, there's definitely people out there, but I think I deserve somebody in that top 5 area.
Couldn't agree more. You've 100% earned that and deserved that. Curious, Joaquin Buckley just comes off the big win over Colby Covington. Is that a name you're interested in?
Yeah, I mean, if that's something they offered me, he's number 6 now. I mean, he's had arguably one of the best years in the division. He was 4-0. So yeah, he has a huge name, and now him beating Wonder Boy, him beating Colby, he's definitely earned his spot. So if it's none of those other guys, then 100%. That's I really want to fight in January before the baby got here, but nothing came up. So whatever they offer me in that that April timeframe, I'll be saying yeah, as long as it makes sense.
What did you think of his win and his performance against Colby?
He looked good. Everyone was kind of trying to say Colby didn't look his best, but I thought Joaquin looked good. He looked strong. Colby scored a takedown, couldn't really do too much with it, but yeah, he's a problem for 170, and I'm sure we're going to run into each other sooner than later.
What do you think of the stoppage?
The cut was bad, and I was talking to Joe Pfeiffer yesterday. We were doing our podcast, and he got punched in his eye when he fought Jack Hermanson. So like we all know, you get poked, you get anything that touches your eye. It's even people weren't thinking about the cut, the blood leaking into his face. Like you can't see, and once your vision's compromised, and he was kind of getting pieced up already. I kind of agree with the stoppage. I know Chael said he was going to stop it. I really don't. You don't know if Chael is telling the truth or not, but yeah. So I think it was a good stoppage. He maybe could have got something going, but I just didn't see that it was going that way.
So what a fascinating time at 170, because just the week prior we had the Shavkat Rakhmonov against Ian Machado Garry fight.
Yeah.
What did you think of that fight, and did it play out the way you thought it was going to play out?
It didn't play out the way I thought. I actually thought Shavkat was going to blow through Ian. I thought he was going to take him down and submit him, but props to Ian. I know I haven't been the biggest fan of Ian. He did really good. The first 2 rounds weren't really that exciting, but at one point he hits a reversal on Shavkat, has Shavkat's back, has that choke almost locked in, and yeah, like he lost the fight, but his stock went up. So yeah, he's another guy, but I know, like, I've been trying to fight Ian for a long time, but I'm hearing he's not coming back till the summertime. He's taking some time off, which he deserves to do. But yeah, and people are going to look at Belal and Shavkat now and think that Belal has a better chance than what they were thinking before. Which I think Belal. I was saying it before this fight even happened. I think Belal stacks up good against Shavkat.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so you like his chances now, and did your opinion change after watching that fight?
My opinion just got more validated that I thought Belal could do kind of what he did to Leon. Shavkat's definitely a really good grappler, but I don't think he's the best wrestler. And we kind of seen that in the Ian fight. It took him 2 rounds to realize that he had to drop down for double legs to get Ian down. And then when he was going for some takedowns, Ian was reversing him. So yeah, I think Belal will stack up well against Shavkat.
And so you did mention that you've been wanting to fight Ian for quite some time, and you would know if he's taking a bit of time off because you share the same manager. And so after you beat Gilbert, you went on the microphone and you said, give me Ian in so many words.
Yeah.
Was there ever any discussion surrounding that? Was it ever a real thing?
So I was trying, like I said, in January, that's what I was trying to get. They were trying to get us to fight maybe in December. Nothing was ever offered because obviously he was talking about being the main event for Tampa. But yeah, there's never anything offered, and yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
Do you know if he's interested? Like, you could kind of get the inside scoop, right? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think he's. I'm not saying like I am a hard or a tough fight for Ian, but I think I am. I don't know what he thinks, but yeah, it just seems like every time we talk, he doesn't really say my name. But yeah, nothing. Like I said, I've been crucial and hard on Ian in the past, but I think he looked really good against Shavkat, and he definitely earned my respect in that fight.
So, like I said, so much has happened in the last couple of weeks, especially in this weight class. September, your fight feels like generations ago now.
Yeah.
And you add to the fact that, there's some colorful characters at the top of the division, and, you're kind of a mild-mannered guy. You don't talk a lot of smack. You kind of went out of your shell a little bit after that Gilbert win. Do you feel like now in 2025, because you're so close, you have to ramp things up a bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I think you have to always do that, but I'm never going to go completely away from who I am, if I have to go out of character a little bit, I will, but it's kind of worked for me doing what I do. I just like to train. I want to fight the best guys in the division. One thing for me is last year, I wanted to be more active. I wanted to fight in April. I didn't get to fight till September. So this is a year I really want to get something in early in the year because I want to realistically fight at least 3 times. I would love to fight 3 times. Realistically, it's going to be closer to 2. So yeah, whatever's going to get me fights and just get me active, that's what I'm willing to do. But I think me and Leon in March would be honestly perfect because if you look at the division, there's no one. Most of these guys just fought or they're not fighting. I think me and Leon, I'm 5, he's number 1. I think it makes perfect sense.
That win over Gilbert was so great, and I thought your best performance, and you alluded to the fact that you're a much different fighter than the one who fought Belal just a few fights ago. What is the difference, biggest difference, couple differences between this guy right here and the one from a couple years ago?
just believing in myself, before I really wasn't believing in myself the way like my team, my family, my teammates see me. And now I know I'm one of the best fighters in the world, if not the best fighter in the world. And it was just that missing piece of me believing in it and just knowing that I can go out there and beat these guys and compete with these guys, and I deserve to be here. Going to Abu Dhabi, fighting Belal and losing was the best thing that ever happened to me because it made me change a lot of things around me. Made me get rid of some people that I didn't really need in my life. And yeah, it definitely made me the best fighter and more importantly, the best person I could be.
When you saw him beat Leon and become champion, considering that you fought him and that he's your only loss in the UFC, how did that make you feel?
Just reassured me that I deserve to be here and that I can compete with these guys. So I know in my mind, even looking back at that fight, I was doing really well until I wasn't, until I kind of things weren't going my way and I kind of quit on myself, and that would never happen again. So I know that it's going to be cool building this story up to whenever I do rematch Belal, because I know it will happen. And I respect Belal, whether he's a champion or he loses and I fight him for a #1 contender. I know we're going to fight again. And I know I'll win that fight.
Does that one gnaw at you? Like, do you feel like that's the one that if you never get back, you'll be old and gray and you'll just kind of like fixate over it?
If you asked me after the fight, it definitely would have, but it took me a long time to really just sit with myself and get over that. And now, if it never happens, I'm completely fine with it. But me as a competitor, I would love to get it back. But if he wins, beats Shavkat, and decides to retire, and we never fight, then he he's good in my book. But if I get the chance to get it back, I'm definitely gonna get it back in blood for sure.
Are you grappling on December 28th?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's
The
on
Boogeyman.
the Fury grappling
Richard
card, right?
Martinez. Yeah, yeah. Fury. Yep. At the
Yep,
2300 arena in my backyard. So yeah,
there it is.
it's a little. My man, he's a little bit bigger than me, but it's gonna be fun.
How much bigger?
So I walk around like 194. The day I accepted the match, I was 194. He said they were telling me he can't get lower than 205. So 205, I took it, and but it's just jujitsu. I grapple every day. We do way harder stuff in the gym, so it would just
Mm.
be fun for me to go out there compete. My teammate Jonathan is part owner of Fury and the matchmaker, so yeah, I get to support those guys. I came up with Cage Fury. I was a champion for them. So yeah, a couple of my teammates are on the card too. So it's going to be fun.
When you sign up for one of those, like, do you actually go into a quote unquote training camp, or is it just like your regular training? And oh, by the way, on this date, I'm competing.
Yeah, I mean it's an 8-minute grappling match, so like I'll just sprinkle in a little bit more straight jiu-jitsu work. Like tonight, I'll go and I have jiu-jitsu at my spot with the guys from Movement Art. They're black belts under Mikey Musumeci. So these guys are wizards on the ground. So I'll get with them. We'll work on some stuff, but yeah, it's just adding. Like I'll still go spar tomorrow because we have guys fighting, and just adding a little bit more grappling here and there, but nothing too much.
And that's nogi, right?
Yeah, yeah. I did all the way until I got my black belt. I did the gi. I did the gi for like 10 years. I haven't done it in a while. I'll pick it back up when I'm done. But yeah, it's the gis. I like the gi, but it's a little bit slower pace. Like for me, like who's someone who's explosive and strong, it kind of slows me down. So when I'm done fighting, I'll pick it back up.
And what about the OG, Eddie Alvarez, returning to Philly, BKFC,
Yeah,
Jeremy Stevens,
yeah.
January 25th? Will you be
Yeah.
attending? Are you into it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm super excited to go. I went to his grand opening at the gym.
Oh, yeah.
I was just hitting him up earlier for some stock advice because Eddie's well versed in the
Yes,
money
yes,
game.
yes.
But yeah, we have a couple guys that might actually be fighting on that card from our team. So I might actually be cornering that night. And if I'm not cornering, I'm going to be there front and center. I've never been to a bare knuckle, but I'm super excited, and especially to see Eddie. Whether it's his last fight or it's not, for him to go fight at Wells Fargo and end this crazy journey that he's been on, it's going to be amazing to see. And Eddie, like I said, a lot of people know he got me signed to the UFC. He called Dana for me and made it happen. So anything I can do to support him, I'll be there cheering for him. And him and Jeremy Stevens is going to be an amazing fight. So yeah, anytime Eddie's fighting, I'm tuning in.
What do you think of bare knuckle? Do you watch it? Do you like it?
I'm not gonna say I'm like huge into it, but I am very interested in it now. Like I watched Perry versus Rockhold. I
Mm.
watched Eddie versus Chad Mendez. I watched Eddie versus um who's his last one? I've watched Eddie versus Perry. So yeah, I'm definitely into it.
And correct me if I'm wrong. You don't actually train with Eddie these days, right?
No, so during the pandemic, me and Eddie started training together, and when he was still fighting in one, and then I think he kind of stopped. Like he was kind of almost not done with one, but he was getting more into the bare knuckle, and now he opened up his own gym. So his gym is about 30 minutes away from where I live, and it's about an hour from our gym, Marquez MMA. That's more in the city. So we don't train together anymore. But if he ever did do another MMA fight, I know he would come down with us, or we would go up there and help him out.
By the way, your camera went off on your phone or device. So we hear you, but we don't see you anymore. So I don't want you to be alarmed if you look at
Am I
this.
back?
I don't know. Is he back, guys?
He's not.
You're not back, but we hear you, and we have a graphic that says you're on. But for some reason, like all of a sudden, your camera just shut off.
It's working
I
now.
think
Oh wait,
I can see you. We're back.
is he back?
Thumbs up.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Oh,
We're
there he
back.
is. He's back.
The boys in the back said we're good.
Yeah, that's right.
Boys in the back.
I love it. I love it. One of these days, you have to come visit and see the new
100%.
digs.
We gotta do the bike challenge.
Oh my God, you are a real fan. Oh my God, you'll smoke those jabronis.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I appreciate it. By the way, 2300 Arena, like that's the, excuse me, that's like the legendary ECW arena. Did you ever go to those back in the day, or you're a little too young for that?
So I've never been to those, but I fought amateur there. I fought on cards with Paul Felder there. I defended belts, won belts at that arena. So I've grappled there. So yeah, I've got a good history with 2300.
That is I've never actually been there, but obviously I've seen all the docs and the stories.
Yeah.
Legendary,
cool.
legendary spot.
And then we got Eddie right down the road coming up at the Wells Fargo. We had Boots fight there a few times. So hopefully they come back to Philly eventually, and I'll get the fight there, but who knows?
Oh yeah, Boots, the two fights there. I won't bring up Knicks beating the Sixers in the playoffs, or Josh Allen going to beat out Saquon for MVP.
How about them birds though?
Well, how about them? Our quarterback is going to be the MVP. You know that. You have to admit he is the MVP. Yes.
He's the MVP.
That's right. I appreciate that.
My strength coach is Lane Johnson's strength coach. So I had practice this morning, and then I was just lifting weights at Lane Johnson's house. So yeah, we're pretty tied in with the birds around here.
I appreciate that. Very nice win over Pittsburgh. That actually helped us out. So thank you very much. But maybe we'll see you in New Orleans. I just want one, Sean. You got your one a couple of years ago. I just want one. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can understand.
Listen, we need another one.
Oh, now you're being greedy.
We've been hurting for a little bit.
Fair enough.
We've been hurting for a little bit.
Thanks.
I'm going to bring something back soon. I just gotta get a fight first.
That would be sick. Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
This time next year, where are you at? December 25.
If I'm not champion, I'm fighting for the belt very soon. I think if I go out here and if I get the Leon fight, I think my next fight would be for the belt. If not, I'd fight one of these other guys, and then maybe one or two more, and then I'll be fighting for the belt. End of 2025, early 2026.
I love it. Good luck to you. Happy holidays to you and the family.
Yep.
Good luck, obviously, with the big arrival coming up in a couple months. And I hope you get that Leon fight. I'd love to see it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ariel. Have a good one.
You too. There he is, the great Sean Brady, the pride of Philly. Thanks for watching this video. Hey, before you go, do me a favor. Hit that sub button. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the little bell thingy as well. Leave us a nice comment or two. We appreciate you all very much.